Hi everyone, Ben here from Sydney Fruit Gardening. I planted my avocado into the ground just a couple of days ago. So I've done a few videos and I'm just going to pull them together and show you the approach that I've taken with this. But before I do, I did encounter some problems planting the avocado because I tend to find that there's actually a few pipes on this property which I encounter. Luckily I haven't broken any so far, but I was planning on planting it here, which I've now had to recover with grass because there was actually a drainage pipe running along from about here through to there. And I think it connects into the stormwater, the sewage. And there is a bit of a drainage channel just out the bottom of that path there, which I think it's from, so that position is no good. Then we have, I was going to plant it just here, but there is a water pipe that runs not far under the ground, just along here as well. So if you've ever had to have roots removed from a water pipe before, it's an expensive exercise and one that I'd prefer to avoid. So unfortunately those positions were no good. I had another challenge over here. I think this might have just been another, I was actually going to plant this spare Rollinia that I had here. I found what I think is a water pipe. I think it might be the old water pipe, many years ago, but hard to tell, so I didn't want to take the chance and I just backfilled it again with grass. Obviously you can't do that until you've already done the hard work of digging the hole. So anyway, a bit disappointing, but we got there in the end, and I hope you enjoy some of the clips from this planting exercise I did. And I'm keen to know what you think, if I went about it the right way. It was a bit of an experiment with a drainage channel, given I get a bit of clay about a foot or so down. So anyway, I'll show you what I did and let me know in the comments. Thanks. So I'm going to try another location for the Avo. It's not ideal, but down the side here, if I just show you that the sun actually goes this way, so the sun goes this way across the sky. So this is a north facing wall, but it is quite shaded. So I'll show you what I'm going to do. Alright, so I've actually just dug a bit up here. I'm going to mound this up. You can see there's a bit of clay in here too. I'm going to mound this up. I'm going to apply some clay breaker treatment, and then I'll put the garden bed on top of that, so it should raise it up a bit. And much like this random tree, which I think is a hardy tapioca, related to normal tapioca, but or cassava, but not edible. This was self-sprouting, and once it finds the light there, I think this Avo is going to be okay. So I'm going to plant it there, and we'll see how it goes. I'll come back to you once the bed's in. Okay, garden bed is in place now. Just been digging the soil and found this root running through. Don't know what that's from. All right, we'll keep digging. Then I'll be applying the clay breaker treatment. Okay, clay breaker treatment now going in. I'll put a fair bit in this hole. Then I'm going to put a bit of scoria, so some gravel, to enhance drainage at the bottom there, before I fill it up with the rest of the soil and compost. Okay, new plan. I've dug this little bit of a drainage channel. You imagine a heavy downfall of rain, and it's just flowing away and collecting at the bottom there. Small amount that's staying here, of course, but that's what's happening. So I figure if I can just fill this up with a layer of rocks and gravel, that this drainage channel will continue to operate. So let's give it a go and see. Alright, now with a bit of gravel in there, you can see the water running away just there. So I think this is going to work. We're going to have this big catchment at the end. I just hope that this, you know, that the avocado tree roots don't decide just to follow down into that catchment over there. I mean, I think it's the taproot that we're worried about, and the taproot usually goes straight down from what I understand, but yeah, something that we're, well listen, we're just going to have to experiment, hey? Gardening's a bit of an experiment, so let's see what happens there. Okay, seem to have gotten out in one piece with minimal root disturbance, so hopefully it doesn't get too much transplant shock. Going to put it in and then backfill around it. Good sort of root structure there, a lot of root growth in that pot, so I think it's going to like its new home. Let's see. All right, and we're planted. So the avo is actually pretty high, but I do need to top up the rest of the bed just around the edges. So hopefully I'll just go like this. I think the water's flowing away nicely up the top there. Yeah. So hopefully there's enough drainage here, and this little Wurtz Avocado does all right. All right, and this is the next day, so you can see, I mean, this is you know, middle of January, around midday, and it's copping you know, a decent amount of sun without being too much. I think this is the perfect sort of dappled sunlight that it needs. So now this will be different. The sun will be lower, and this fence will actually prevent it from directly hitting the avo as much during winter. But you know, I think it'll still be alright. It'll still cop a lot of indirect sunlight. Just probably won't grow as much during winter, which they don't really anyway. So yeah, that's it. I think it's looking good. It's still no signs of droopiness or transplant shock either yet, which is great. And just to give you another look, you can see there it is raised up quite a fair bit. So just get down lower, you'll be able to see. So it's raised up off the ground, and then you've got another 30 centimetres or so where it's raised up. I do need to buy a bit more, or get a bit more soil to fill in around the edges, so I'll do that later. I used a mix of compost, so a mix of compost, some worm castings, some sand, just some garden soil or some planting mix, and mix that all up. So a lot of organic sort of matter in there. Here's where the drainage channel should come out. So this is actually just this spot here, roughly is where it is, around there. And you can see it's again, the bed's quite raised when you have a look there. So just on the inside here on this bit, you know, I laid it up. We first put down the scoria or the gravel to assist with the drainage. Laid it up more with you know, soil, sand, compost, etc. And then, you know, put another layer on top of that as well of scoria, leading all the way back to the base there. So yeah, it will drain quite well, I think, down to this channel and out of the garden bed. The bed itself is 1.2 metres by 0.9 metres by 30 centimetres high, so hopefully that'll be enough over time. This is a dwarf avocado, it's a Wurtz, so yeah, listen, stay tuned guys, and I'll give you updates as to how it progresses over time. Thanks for tuning in.